Should I learn Python application development with AWS? Does it have any industry demand? Yes, there is a huge demand for people who know Python as well as AWS. And let me walk you through my rationale around it. Basically, if you know Python and if you know AWS skills, you can automate a lot of your development DevOps workflow. So basically spinning off instances, terminating them, setting the environment. And there are a bunch of tools that you can use for that specifically. So you have Ansible, you have Fabric, you can even write a bunch of Docker files to achieve the same functionality. So there are multiple ways in which you can achieve that. Another interesting aspect of AWS is the serverless computing paradigm, and what serverless computing paradigm implies is you writing a bunch of functions that get called at different events. So let's say you have uploaded an image onto an S3 bucket and now you want to resize it. You can write a Lambda function for it. Or let's say you have an audio file and you want to transcribe that into some sort of a text file using ML models. There is another functionality of doing that using AWS Lambda. In fact, you can also use AWS Lambda to write your own skills for Amazon Alexa. And the third aspect of knowing AWS and Python is being able to write your APIs and microservices. Microservices paradigm is quite popular with the whole Docker and Kubernetes popularization. I think microservices got a larger adoption. And to give you some background, you can pick up history of computer science and you can see there are these cycles. There are the cycles when things have become centralized and then they're decentralized, right? So let's go back to the mainframes and those big machines that need to sit in virtual refrigerator of some sort. Then we came on to distributed computing and parallel computing, and specifically one of the early adopters of that paradigm was Google. They had their Google file system, their crawlers were distributed. Then again you have a cycle of centralization wherein everything is now going back to the cloud, right? Which is, again, you can think of it as some big machine sitting in some sort of a virtual refrigerator. So an interesting observation that I made, which I felt like sharing with you guys. So one more thing I would suggest you take a look at is you can take a look at Boto. Boto is a de facto library that allows you to work with AWS and their services with Python.